All right, set us off. What? Oh, there you go. Woo!
We have a mission at the Lake Cane Restoration Society. We want to keep it swimmable, fishable, and lovable. The lovable is part of the community. People are somehow attached to the beauty and the openness of this lake, and that's what makes everything else work. I mean, we're a science and education-based nonprofit, yet all the science and all the education wouldn't work if there wasn't a bond to the lake with the people around it.
I've always felt like if you don't understand it, if you aren't a part of it, you're not going to really want to protect it. So I think the best way to preserve our waterways is get people in swimming. And you see it over and over again. You see fishermen wanting to protect the environment. You see hunters wanting to protect them. It's the people that are out there using it that really want to protect it, and this is a great way to protect it, and we're seeing that happening around the country now with other lakes, rivers, people getting in swimming, and then they want to protect the environment.
All of the properties and the pressure from everything that's coming around us when we get our big rains and hurricanes and things, that all comes into the lake. So if we can do our part in trying to minimize that coming into the lake, we have a cleaner lake to swim in and enjoy.
First of all, because we're swimmers, we actually end up drinking the lake water, whether we like it or not. So we decided at the beginning to use no chemicals. We're restoring and we're preserving the cleanliness of this lake using nature herself in the protection of the lake. So we had a tremendous hydrilla problem. The hydrilla was actually growing from the bottom of the lake all the way to the surface, all across the lake, and it would scrape the swimmers as we went through. So what we did, working with the state of Florida, we introduced carp, these non-breeding carp that grass feed, and they eat the invasive species of plants, including hydrilla. Now hydrilla, in case people don't know, is that stuff that we used to put in our aquariums as children, but it ended up as an invasive species in almost every Florida lake. The carp love to eat it, so we took the carp, we introduced them, and now no hydrilla.
I think it's been a group effort here. It's not just the neighbors. Certainly you have some fabulous neighbors that are really involved in this, but it's the thousands of people from the surrounding neighborhoods in Central Florida that come here, swim the lake, now appreciate the lake, and fight for keeping the lake clean.
Another really important element of our approach is using Florida native plants. Florida native plants are designed to filter nutrients. And I give one example when I'm talking to people. If you plant a Florida native plant, pickerel weed for example, your root structure reaches down the length of your arm into the ground frequently. So it's the actual root structure of Florida native plants that do the job. They absorb the rain that we have, and they push that rain down through the sand and down into the aquifer. That's nature's filter. That's why we use Florida native plants.
We're going to try to plant around 4,000 plants around the perimeter of the lake. And if we can get that to come together, that'll go a long way in helping keep the lake clean.